Yes, it's three. Ready? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thrilled to introduce Courtney Rosenberg, a dedicated talent professional at Sedgwick, where she specializes in unlocking candidate potential through innovative recruiting. With certifications in professional recruiting, AI-driven strategies, and LinkedIn expertise, she proudly represents Sedgwick in partnerships with the military community via the Seven Eagle Group. Her work focuses on connecting transitioning veterans with meaningful opportunities in insurance and claims management. Welcome, Courtney. How are you feeling today?
I am feeling good. Thank you so much for having me. Excited to meet you all. This is really exciting. I'm so happy to be here and to talk to you guys about my experience at Sedgwick and who we are and what we do here as a company. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to share some slides along the way. We'll get through that real quick. Want to give you guys an understanding of who we are and what we do. I'm a very visual person, so we'll go through some slides. And then we'll kind of wrap up with that as quickly as possible so we can just have some one on 100 conversation together, okay?
Sure, fire
All
away.
right. Awesome. So let's see if I can get this to work here.
It's coming up
All right.
slowly. All these people taking a snow day have the internet pipes filled. There we
Yes.
go.
Okay. Perfect. Can you see the little bar at the top that says that I'm sharing my screen, or are you
No,
just seeing my screen? Okay.
that's just, yeah, it's
Perfect.
just you.
Okay, awesome. So Sedgwick, we're going to go through lots of information here. So stick with me here. We'll finish this up in 10 minutes or so and get going with our conversations. All right. So a little bit about me. I'm Courtney. On the professional side, I am a recruiter, as Ernie mentioned. So I began my journey here at Sedgwick in October of 2020, right through the pandemic, actually, which really was the worst time to be a recruiter. As you all remember, there were things going on in the world that impacted so many people, and so being a recruiter through COVID was a very interesting, eye-opening lens there.
Painful.
But I've been at Sedgwick ever since, so I'm coming up on 5.5 years here, and it's been a great 5.5 years. I am a program manager. I oversee a lot of the staffing efforts for our industry advancement program, which we'll talk about a little bit. And then I'm also our strategic partnership coordinator. So for our military hiring and skill bridge opportunities, as well as colleges and universities, as well as state and industry organizations. On the personal note, I am a mama. So I have a 1-year-old son named Calvin. I'm a dog mama to my black lab bear, pilot wife, traveler, and coffee enthusiast. If anybody has any current recommendations for their coffee order, please feel free to drop those in the chat. I'm always looking to try something new.
Docking
But
milk.
that's a little bit about me and who's talking to you today. All right. So, who is Sedgwick? Who are we? What do we do? We are the world's leading risk and claims administration partner. We are a very large global company. Over 33,000 colleagues globally. We represent over 80 countries. We have over 10,000 clients, and 59% of the Fortune 500 companies out there are served by Sedgwick. When I say clients, think big. Sedgwick is big. So some of these companies that you see here either have been recently or are currently clients of Sedgwick. So we're talking Boeing, we're talking Starbucks, we're talking Home Depot, DHL, FedEx, 7-Eleven, ABM, you name it. We also service public entities and municipalities as well. So colleges and universities, metro transit authorities, cities and states, you name it. So we service all different kinds of lines of business for these clients. So when you think of insurance, we're on the commercial lines of insurance. So we don't necessarily sell insurance policies like some of the carriers do. We in turn are handling claims. So unfortunately, we don't have the fun commercials with the catchy jingles and mascots yet. We'll see. Maybe that'll come in the future. So who exactly are we? We're here to enable our clients to thrive by helping them navigate the unexpected. When I say the unexpected, I'm talking about our lines of business. So our biggest, claims administration. So that includes areas like workers' comp, managed care, liability, risk and recovery, loss adjusting. So auto, aviation, marine and transportation, and property. Benefits administration, so absence management, disability, FMLA, accommodations, and unemployment compensation. And product recall. So product recall response, data breach communication support, and crisis and surge call center support. So as a TPA, our goal is to customize solutions for our clients. Anything that they could possibly need within this area, that's what we're here to do with that white glove approach and take care of them. So where do you all fall within this? So we are looking to really build our partnership with SkillBridge, and we're so excited about the opportunity with you all. And so some of the SkillBridge opportunities we have at Sedgwick include a couple different of these areas that we just talked about. So workers' compensation claims representative, that's through our industry advancement program that I oversee. Workforce absence coordinator positions, property adjusters, both desk and field, forensic accounting, and engineering. So lots of different opportunities that you're able to take on here through SkillBridge at Sedgwick. This is Joe. He is a U.S. Navy veteran who began with us last year and is doing wonderfully on the property side. So he's a property adjuster. I don't know if I play this video that the audio will work, but I'll be sure to share these slides with you all, and you're more than welcome to go through them and hear a little bit about Joe. He's also on TikTok, and if you follow the Sedgwick TikTok page or any other social media, you'll see Joe and his experience on there. We also have Amanda, who's going to be joining us here soon for the industry advancement program. So looking forward to getting her involved with you all in the future to be able to talk about her experience as a workers' comp claims rep here in a few months. All right, so taking care of our military and veteran colleagues, we are a DoD approved SkillBridge partner. We do attend military job fairs, both on site and virtually. We visit local bases to recruit top talent, and we also connect our colleagues through our military and veteran colleague resources group. We also proudly support Folds of Honor and their mission to care for the families of American service members. So we are where you are. So whether you want to stay close to home or explore someplace new, our global footprint means that you can join us from just about everywhere. So we do have offices in major cities across the US and around the world, and many of our roles do offer remote or hybrid flexibility. Couple different benefit options for you all. Once you are a full-time colleague at Sedgwick, we do have a great benefits package that includes so many different opportunities for mental, physical, financial, and professional goals, as well as continuing education. So tuition reimbursement, professional accreditations, and Sedgwick partnerships as well. So why join Sedgwick? Career growth and stability, veteran support, caring culture, meaningful work, work-life balance. The two that stick out and resonate with me personally, meaningful work and work-life balance. Those are some of the main reasons that I choose to stay at Sedgwick and love what I do. I love being able to have the freedom and autonomy to do my work, show up every day, do it well, and have that trust from my leadership team. Meaningful work, this is kind of twofold for me. I get to not only be the good news person, right? I love being able to tell someone they got the job. So it's so meaningful to me that I can impact the lives of individuals looking to start a career in insurance or continue their career in insurance. And also secondhand, the individuals that I hire are helping people on a day-to-day basis in a vulnerable situation. So that always makes me smile as well. So insurance is a growing industry. It's very stable and an essential industry. So if you've ever kind of thought about a career in insurance, that's some helpful knowledge to have there. It's valued at over $8 trillion and growing every year. Sedgwick has very steadily grown, even through major economic challenges. So you saw the list of clients that we do support. We continue to grow that business each and every day. It's very impressive what Sedgwick has done, and I'm so excited to see what we'll continue to do in the coming years. So if you're ready to take that next step with us, I'll leave this slide up for a moment. There's so many different opportunities here at Sedgwick. I've become what I call a self-proclaimed insurance nerd. I knew nothing about Sedgwick insurance claims at all before I started here. I was in the hospitality industry. I was a career job hopper. I was going from restaurants to hotels to fitness clubs to golf clubs, hospitals, you name it. I had 13 jobs by the age of 26 when I started at Sedgwick, and I don't see myself going anywhere else. I love being here. I love what I do. And I'm so excited to share that with you guys and hopefully help you land your careers here with us and finding something just as meaningful to you as it does to me. So thank you so much for letting me share these slides with you really quick. I'll stop sharing that now and I'll leave it to you.
Hey, Chris, go ahead.
Hi. Well, thank you for stopping by. Currently, right now, I'm working part-time in a life insurance industry with Global Financial Impact.
Okay.
For Sedgwick, you said you're closely linked with SkillBridge. Are you offering full-time or on-the-job training positions?
Yeah, absolutely. So full-time, you would go through your SkillBridge eligibility with us. And then once you are eligible for a full-time role, that would be our goal, is to bring you on full-time. And out of those 5 opportunities that I had listed, you'd be eligible for one of those. So that industry advancement program, workers' comp, forensic accounting, engineering, property adjusting, or a workforce absence coordinator. So that is definitely our goal, is to be able to get you guys here full-time.
Cool.
Thank you.
Hey, Janelle, go ahead.
Hi, Courtney. Thank you for coming on.
Oops.
I saw the position property loss adjuster, investigating claims, and then you mentioned there's also field work. Do you mind explaining a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you're working the field, you are in the field. So as a property adjuster, think of it this way. If let's just say one of our property losses is like a hail damage, and you need to fly out or drive out to that area to assess the damages to, it could be, think large, it could be a farm, it could be a commercial property building, you name it. So you're actually going out in the field to kind of do the inspection and assess the damages on site. That is what a field adjuster does. You are out in the field, you are going physically to where the damage has occurred. It could be hail, it could be hurricane, tornado damage, vandalism even. So you're assessing these damages to these properties. As far as desk, that just means you're doing it more so from a desk and remotely rather than actually out in the field.
Good stuff, Nick.
Sorry, I was actually looking at Sedgwick's openings on Seven Eagles. Sorry about that. Thank you for coming out, Courtney. Really appreciate you. It's really, I love Seven Eagles so much because they just open you up to a whole world of things you don't really think about. So I always say thank you to Seven Eagle. But my question is, are you guys leveraging? Everybody's like, shut up, Vidal. Are you leveraging AI in your like automation processes for that? And then what sort of like career advancements if I am accepted and we're a good fit, right? What sort of like career advancements are there like in the future, right?
Yeah. So twofold question, one about AI and one about growth. AI, I knew this question would come up and I'm so excited that it did. We are a very technology forward company. So we invest a lot of time and resources and efforts to put in what makes sense for our colleagues, what makes sense for our clients, and how can we continue to evolve and adapt to the ever-changing industry that is insurance. What do people need? What do our clients need? How can we get ahead of the game? And AI is one of those ways. So we definitely invest in those resources. I use it in my day-to-day as well. A lot of it is used on the actual claims side to be able to provide more effective solutions for our clients. So it's definitely used very versatilely throughout the company. I use it in my own department in different ways, analyzing spreadsheets and helping me note take and doing things of that nature. So your question about AI, yes, very technology driven company, and we do utilize it. As far as career growth and opportunities, that's something that I feel like Sedgwick can truly put its stamp on, saying that it's not something we just say, it's something that we do. It's one of our core values, growth. And there's so many different avenues that you can take your career. You can start somewhere and grow within kind of the same department. You can start to branch out laterally, a lot of our claims handlers will start, we'll just say within our industry advancement program, handling workers' compensation claims. They might grow within, become leaders of that area. So I work with several assistant vice president level individuals who started their careers many years ago in IAP. So you can continue to go through claims operations. You can take it into client services where you're managing kind of the relationship between the business and our clients. You can take it into sales. You can take it into quality and auditing. I mean, there's just so many different areas you can take your expertise and grow it. And I see it happen every day. So that's something I love about my position is I can see people developing. I can see the internal mobility. I get to work with our business leaders on internal promotions. So it's not something that we just say. It is definitely something that we do.
Good stuff. Trenton.
Yes, I saw on the company site, y'all have overseas locations, and you also mentioned in that too. So do y'all handle like work visas in that process?
So that's a great question. It depends on the position itself. So if you are in another country or are relocating to another country, you would be able to work positions in that country specifically. So we are a global company. So there are tons of opportunities in other areas. US positions do require you to be able to work in the US. But if you're, let's just say, looking at opportunities in London, we have a huge business unit in London in the UK with our property group. So there are opportunities for those who are not necessarily in the US, but you would be able to do those opportunities across the pond, so to speak.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, Eric, go ahead, sir.
Okay. Hey, Courtney, how you doing? Glad that you're here with the rest of us, 100 and some odd people. So what I've asked is this, as I look across, you talked about the skill bridge. If a person was to do the skill bridge with you all, sorry, my son's in the background, do the skill bridge with you guys and with the 5 opportunities that they have, do you kind of tell them or tailor what they know and say, hey, we think this is the better fit for you within our corporation? That's one part of it I'm asking. And then the second part I want to know is between those 5, where do you see that you guys need more personnel or more career people in to help facilitate all these companies that you have?
That's a really great question. So let's see. I want to make sure that I'm answering it correctly. So out of the positions, I think as a recruiter, as a consultant, my passion and my purpose is to help educate you on not only what we have available, but where I do think you would be the best fit. So because this is essentially all new to you all, I want to be a resource. I want to be here for your support and let you know based off of what you have told me about your career aspirations, your personality, really where you see yourself going with your career, that out of those 5, here's what I think could be a really great fit for you. Now, am I the determining factor? No, of course not. Like, I want you guys to choose whatever you think that you could be passionate about and take it and run with it. But I will absolutely talk through the positions with you and give you my best understanding of them and where they might be a good match for you. So we'll definitely take kind of a consultative approach and talk about that. And where I think that we could use more of you all, I mean, absolutely anywhere, but I do think there's a really great opportunity right now within our industry advancement program, or what we call IAP, and that is the workers' compensation claims representative position. It's essentially a claims training and development program that is very structured and guided, which I think is a benefit to you all. It's very hands-on. You're learning all of the fundamentals of commercial insurance, workers' comp, licensing, jurisdictions, our clients, our systems. You work with a mentor and your supervisor, and you're in a class setting. So some of these positions, like we mentioned, are on site, some are hybrid, some are fully remote. And you're working with individuals across the country. So we have roughly 20 to 35 individuals per class. And we're doing that to really increase our colleagues in this area. So to service our clients. So I think that would be a phenomenal opportunity for you all as the workers' comp IAP, to be able to kind of get in at the ground level of commercial insurance, have a good foundational knowledge of workers' comp. Without claims, there is not insurance. So it's a great foundation for the industry, and you can take that knowledge and run with it.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Hey, Trent, do you have one, or is the hand still up? I guess not. Jared, go ahead.
Hi, Courtney. I just wanted to just thank you for hanging out with us here at 70 Connections. So I'm also transitioning out of the Air Force. I do have some recruiting experience of 4 years, but this is back from like 2013 and 2017. My question is to you is like, what is probably the best advice you can give someone transitioning into that? Especially like going into a civilian TA position. I'm pretty sure it's very different from like military standpoint. So
yeah, of course. I think the advice that I can give is just to, one, give yourself grace, because this is a new world for you all. Be kind to yourself, and be very open to different opportunities. You all have done so much for our country, which we appreciate, and we want to be able to give back to you and be able to help you, navigate, just like we do with our clients, navigate this vulnerable situation that you're in. So be kind to yourself, be open to opportunities. Did I ever think that I was going to be in insurance? No. Does it sound like a super exciting industry? I think so, but right off the bat, not everyone's thinking about it, what a long-term career in insurance is, but there's so many different opportunities with it. But just be open. Don't be afraid to have conversations. It's great that you guys are already here and a part of this conversation. Connect through LinkedIn. I mean, as a recruiter, I cannot tell you how powerful LinkedIn is. I already have over 20 invites from you all. They're coming through to my phone, and I will accept every single one of them. So LinkedIn is such a powerful tool. It's made so many connections for me. So definitely just be kind to yourself, be open, and connect as much as you can.
With that LinkedIn thing, like with you do the LinkedIn recruiter guy, I had to do that crap a lot when I was doing the corporate side, and it can be painful. So what tips do you have for these folks to optimize their LinkedIn? So when somebody like you looks at it, you go, I got to call this person.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, make sure your profile is up to date, for one. You never really want to look at a profile that has no information, right? You want to make yourself stand out. So have information filled out. The open to work banner is always very, very helpful as a recruiter, that we want to go ahead and know that you're already open and talk to you. We're probably going to talk to you anyways, even if that banner is not on there, but it lets us know that you're open to the conversation. Don't be afraid to talk to us. We're just people. we're not scary, I promise. So send messages, send connection requests, and join groups. I'm on the DoD Skill Bridge group. I see posts. It's almost multiple times a day. That is super, super helpful. Comment, engage. Like I said, it's such a powerful tool. So I can think of people right off the bat that I see engaging on LinkedIn, and I'm in Ohio. They live out in Arizona. I know who they are because they're in these groups constantly commenting, liking, resharing. So really just putting yourself out there to be known.
Getting on the radar, mostly. Like
getting on the radar, for sure.
Yeah, because the thing with marketing is you need to see something 6 times before it exists. So what you're saying makes a ton of sense.
Yep.
Frank, go ahead, sir.
Hey, Courtney, how are you? Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Hey, I do have a question though, because you're part of the talent acquisition, basically recruit area within the company. It's such a large company. So as you bring those individuals in, those people in to start working in those different areas, my assumption is you have a section that deals with the talent management as far as the career management of those individuals, as far as the development. And then is there a piece or a section that deals with the retention piece regarding those individuals? Because now you've acquired those individuals, you brought them in, all that talent. And based on what they do for the company, especially the ones who are high performers, and you're looking to try to incentivize to keep those individuals, is there a section within that manage that talent that tries to retain that talent, how is the strategic perspective as far as managing all those individuals that you're bringing in?
Yeah, good question. So here at Sedgwick, we call our human resources department colleague resources. So we are CR instead of HR. And it's an umbrella, right? So you've got talent management, you've got our ESG, environmental social governance team, we've got our inclusivity team, talent acquisition, benefits, payroll, HRIS or CRIS, you name it. There's so many different umbrellas. And one of our core values is collaboration. So we are working in and out with each other to make sure that we are a solid support system from an acquisition, growth, and retention standpoint. So it's a threefold. Just like you said, we have to acquire the talent, we have to grow the talent, and we have to retain the talent. So yes, we do have kind of operations within the operations to strategize and maintain that.
Right. Now, is that at a central hub, like whatever your main headquarters is, or is that like wherever you're located, that particular section that deals with managing the talent throughout is located in a different area? Or
we are all
when I
across
say
the US.
different,
We're all
yeah.
across the US. So we have some hubs that are bigger than others. Many of us are actually here in Columbus, Ohio. From a colleague resources standpoint, we've also got some great exposure in like the Chicagoland area with our colleague resources team. But my vice president that I report to, she's out in Denver, Colorado. We've got colleagues literally from California to New York. So we are everywhere. I will point out our hub, since you mentioned that. We are headquartered in Memphis, Tennessee. But we have offices in almost every state.
Good, thank you.
So you got to do all the conferences, career fairs, and all that stuff, right?
That's the best part. That's my favorite part. I was traveling last week for career fairs.
So when somebody comes across the table from you, what's a win and what's a loss for them? How do they approach and all that?
What do you mean by that? What's a win and what's a loss?
So meaning like, how are they going to win or how are they going to lose with how they approach, a recruiter like yourself at the table? Which one's going to go, yeah, you, or, oh my God.
So for me, I just want to talk to a person, come up, shake my hand, tell me about you. I want to know you. I want to know about you as a person, want to know what you want to do. Just be friendly and engaging and let me know how I can help you. The power of a strong handshake, call it old fashioned. I call it real. Just get to know someone. I think those that, are unsure or shy, like I absolutely want to bring them into the conversation. It can be hard to keep a conversation going if you yourself aren't acting open. So I'm going to try and like crack the hard shell if you're looking a little nervous. But like I said before, we're recruiters. We're just people. We're here to help.
Yeah, that was my attitude, was like, hey, I'm happy to have a good chat and kill time. I'm stuck here for 3 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk.
Yeah. Hey, Michelle, go ahead.
Hey, Courtney, thanks for being here. I don't have a question. I just kind of a statement. I am definitely sending you a message on LinkedIn because I definitely have some questions for you. So,
okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So you'll be getting that here in a few.
Okay. Awesome. Yep. We're getting into the 40s now with your LinkedIn connection. So I'm excited. My phone's just blowing up over here. It's my favorite thing.
Awesome. Kellen, go ahead.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Courtney, I appreciate you being here. I know everyone said that, but we all do appreciate it. These are our opportunities to really reach out and learn more. And in the interest of learning more, when you said you wanted to break some of those people out of their shell and like have a conversation, I was like, okay, let's click the button, raise the hand.
Click the button,
because as a 20-year aircraft maintenance professional, I have not ever considered insurance, but I would like to consider everything that's possible. So I'm one of those 40 sub that sent you a LinkedIn request, and I'm interested to learn a lot more.
That's awesome. You said aircraft maintenance, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so immediately Boeing comes to mind for you because, well, but very cool. Awesome.
Eric, go ahead, sir.
So I said in the chat, but I guess I said to you right here. So Fort Bragg, North Carolina, has a job fair actually on Thursday. Do you know if you guys are going to have anybody out here this Thursday?
I feel like we either just did. Where is that? Is that in California?
North Carolina. There's a
Oh,
Fort
North
Bragg in
Carolina.
California too, but no.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, I know that we just did one in California. That is a great question. I am not entirely sure, but I will definitely check. I know that we do have some talent acquisition presence in that area, so I'll have to see if they are joining.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, can you share any like examples, no names of any vets where maybe you start off a little rough and then you saw like a little bit of help and some advice got there, and what was it?
Let's see.
It's kind of a tough question, but sometimes
Yeah.
you learn best from mistakes.
Yeah. So are you saying somebody that started at Sedgwick like through SkillBridge?
Or somebody you kind of helped along and then you saw success, or maybe you saw something there that they didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the gal that we're bringing on, she's either going to be joining us in April or June. I think I found her through a virtual event and got connected with her, and she wasn't entirely sure. She was a little tough to crack open right off the bat. She spoke with myself and another, and just wasn't entirely sure where she wanted to see her career, but she was very insistent on wanting to help people. And so, I mean, we do that really in any position here at Sedgwick, but the way that she was starting to speak and open up about people really made me feel like she would be a great fit for that industry advancement program. And that's where we've placed her. And so I think just opening up, and being able to kind of talk through, like, let's take the professional out of it, right? Like, let's just talk about you as a person. I think she was so nervous about kind of the corporate side and having to act corporate.
Mhm.
And I said, let's just peel it back. Let's just talk about you as a person. What do you like to do? What do you do in your current role within the military? And so once she kind of opened up and got a little bit more comfortable, we were able to kind of figure out a solution that worked for her. And now we're so excited to bring her on, and she's very excited to get started with us. She's hoping to be able to start sooner. That's something that she's working on. But
Oh, good.
yeah, I think that would be the example that comes to mind.
So do you have any advice for, the folks here on tailoring resumes to kind of highlight the right transferable skills like discipline, problem solving for the non-military recruiters like yourself? Because we do speak a completely different language.
You do speak a completely different language. And I actually got this question while I was at a career fair last week for college students who are in a risk management and insurance business fraternity. They just wanted to know, like, what stands out on a good resume. And the advice I gave was keep the resume simple. Keep it simple. There's a lot of individuals that really try to tailor their resume and make it something that it's just not. As a recruiter, I love a good black and white resume with the experience listed. And feel free to add kind of that personnel profile, like right up top. Tell me a little bit about you, kind of like a miniature version of a cover letter. This is why I'm applying to this role. This is a little bit about me, and here's my experience. So keep it simple, keep it to the point. Don't be afraid of multiple pages. Some people say that it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It shows your experience. But I'm happy to give resume advice anytime I can, which with the now upwards of 50 connections, I'm happy to have those conversations.
That's awesome. So lost my train of thought.
Don't we all? I mean, it's Monday.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it's definitely snowy Monday. So for vets, for these people transitioning their civilian careers, what are some common military skills you've seen translate exceptionally well in these positions? I'm thinking about the people like I just mentioned who said, I never thought of this.
Yeah.
But are kind of natural fits.
I think the natural fits, our motto is, caring that counts. I think you all have that instilled in you already. You want to be there to serve, and to be able to take care of individuals. So I think that in itself is already there. You're also very structured thinkers. I think that you're able to think and act quickly on your feet, which is what you need to do in a role like this to be able to provide solutions to your claimants or whoever you're working with from the business side. Adaptability as well. I think you guys are all very adaptable to your environment, and it's so different from what I'm used to. But I think having those skills will really translate well into a role like this, being adaptable, being very caring, and very, very kind of structured and logical on like, here's what we can do to make something work.
So I'm kind of thinking about the adjuster side of things. Do you send people out to like, hey, congratulations, your whole city got flooded, and then they actually go out there? Because I'm seeing natural fits here with the military personality.
Yeah, property is a really great area for the military community. My colleague Tiffany, she sits right next door to me in our New Albany office, and that is exactly what she does. So, it's unfortunate when a natural disaster strikes, but we do have an entire huge dedicated unit to that side. And so she will volume hire individuals, and they will be deployed out to where these natural disasters occur. So like I said, if it's a hurricane, if it's a tornado, even you'll see on our LinkedIn page today, and please follow Sedgwick as well. Follow our company page on LinkedIn. You'll see all kinds of different like updates and events on like what we're doing. And so today, one of today's posts was about all the blizzards that are happening. So there's power outages, there's damages, there's individuals that are going through needing assistance with being rehomed essentially while their properties are being worked on. So that's something that Sedgwick is actively involved in right now.
That's really cool. Hey, Clay, you got one for us?
Courtney, I apologize. Ernest decided to sit there and go into hard stuff, and I wanted to focus back on some other skills for our transitioning service members. Like, what are some of the soft skills that you recommend that we should be focusing on as we are transitioning out, empathetic communication, things like that. So that way we're better suited for when we present ourselves in front of you, we are in that best position.
It's a good question. You mentioned empathy, and that's the first core value that you'll see in my email signature. I have all of our core values listed, and empathy to me is the most important when it comes to the line of business that we're in. So definitely empathy, which is something hard to teach. It's something kind of inherently instilled in a person. Communication, problem solving, adaptability. We kind of touched on them already. I think the soft skills, active listening, they're all important. They'll help us get to know you. But out of all of them, if you're going to thrive in this business and with Sedgwick, having that inherent need or desire to help people and be able to empathize with them through a vulnerable situation is key.
Good stuff. Eric.
So you can tell I'm interested because this is like my third or fourth question to you. So
nothing wrong with that.
I love it. That's why I'm here.
So transitioning. Can you walk me through the transition of, okay, hey, I want to work with Sedgwick.
Mm-hmm.
Skill bridge to, okay, this is this long time, then you're going to transition into this, and then you transition into that. Can you tell me what that kind of looks like?
Yeah, so the skill bridge period, 6 months, 180 days. So you're able to start your skill bridge period with us, from day one that you're eligible and go through the entire 6 months. Or we're more than happy to work with you if you've already started your skill bridge. So if you've only got 2 months left, that's perfectly fine. And we'll work with you. It kind of depends on which role you're in and how that transition happens. I keep using IAP as an example, but I'm a recruiter for IAP, so that's what I know the most, which is why I keep tying it back. But we'll tie your eligibility into the start date that makes the most sense. So we've got classes coming up March 16th, April 13th, June 8th, and more that I can't think of on the top of my head. But we'll align your eligibility date with those class dates, and then once your eligibility period is coming to an end, we hope to make that right fit and determine a full-time position, and you would be a claims representative, a workers' comp claims representative at that time. And so then you would be converted to a full-time colleague, eligible for benefits, et cetera, once your skill bridge period has officially ended.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity,
sorry.
this group are most of you in your skill bridge eligibility
Yes.
period? Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
just about everybody here is skill bridge with a couple of veterans.
Okay, and like actively, like it's already started, or are you like prepping ahead of time, knowing what your dates are?
They're on it now. So if you said you're
Awesome.
hired Tuesday morning, if we get
Perfect.
fast enough, go.
I just, like I said, we have that industry advancement program class as early as March 16th, and then the next one is April 13th. And I would love to have anyone who connects with me on LinkedIn in those classes.
Awesome. Eric, you got the next one. Keep going, man.
So that's that's one reason why I was asking, because exactly what you just said. Like my skill bridge is only for us as senior NCO for Army is only 60 days. So it runs out sooner than the
Sure.
timeline is for your 6 month. So how would that work on that back end side? Because I would technically final out in the Army, final out on my leave, start April 18th, and then I officially retire July 31st. So how would it
Sure.
work with that with skill bridge for you? With my short time, because my time will be done in April.
It essentially works the same way on our end. We are excited for any length of time that we're able to help support you all. So your experience, I don't think would be any different from anybody else's that has a longer skill bridge period. So when did you say you're eligible right now? So hypothetically, if we got you into this March 16th IAP class, you would go through it for the 2 months or the 60 days that you have left, and then we determine full-time employment after 60 days instead of 180 days.
Okay, understandable. Thank you.
Hey, Rebecca, go ahead, ma'am.
Hi, Courtney. Thank you for speaking with us today. I'm trying to structure my question. So I'm kind of like in a unique position, and my uniqueness is that I'm 7 months pregnant. And
congratulations.
Thank you. And the information that you're giving me is just kind of like spot on. I'm kind of like something that no, I didn't think that I was interested in, but just listening to you and kind of like, sharing this information is just kind of like, I'm kind of hesitant. I did reach out to you on LinkedIn, but I'm kind of hesitant to understand, like, obviously I will be taking maternity leave. Like, do you only help out in the time of like skill bridge, or can you help out after? Because my maternity or my skill bridge is pushed up into the end of my end service, which is July 24th. But if I wanted to do something with you and like learn the job, would there be any type of like leniency? Excuse me, I'm nervous, or like a way that I can work with you guys?
Yeah, and I would need like a better understanding of when your skill bridge eligibility dates fall and how that works with your leave. Congratulations, by the way. Super exciting. Is this your first one? I'm a first time mom, which is why
this is my second. So
oh, okay. So you already know the drill. Perfect.
Somewhat learning, yeah.
Yeah.
Not boiling the pacifiers this time.
Right. So
Right.
we, like I said, as a TPA, we're customizable, right? So not a question I've gotten before, so I don't know the exact answer, but I'd love to hear more about kind of what you're looking to do and see how we can help navigate that for you. But you did have one question about would you guys be eligible to join us after your skill bridge period has ended? Of course, absolutely. We do a lot of hiring with military spouses, caregivers, veterans, etc. So we have a whole military careers page that you're able to join us for any kind of position at any time. The skill bridge opportunities are specific to those 5, but yes, we do all kinds of military hiring for all different positions that are open.
So now, being that right now I'm currently in my skill bridge window, and when I get out, would that be different? Would that be like me doing an interview and like sitting on a one-on-one interview, sending my resume, and just like if I were applying to any type of job? Or would it be different?
Well, I guess, like I said, I don't really know the answer because I've not been in this situation before, but I think when does your skill bridge period end?
July 24th.
And when are you due?
I'm due April. Right now it's
Oh,
up in
okay.
the air just because I turned out to be high risk. A little TMI,
Oh, okay.
but so she might come a little bit sooner. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I'd love to talk about it. I mean, I'd love to get you interviewing for a position that makes the most sense for you and what works for your family and your timeline. So if you have SkillBridge eligibility through July, wonderful. And we can definitely get you interviewing now. I would just need to figure out how exactly that works logistically with the military, because I am not sure, but we would still love to get you interviewed for certain roles, and whether we start you during your SkillBridge period, if that's a possibility, great. Or if not, you can interview now and then potentially look at the position for a later start date.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, I saw your hand up there for a second. I know you're dying to talk.
No, I was just gonna joke around and say, you better be ready for all these people that are coming at you. 50 requests, and
yeah.
I mean, I sat on a lot of these calls, and everybody's super engaged with you. So there's gonna be a lot of us hitting you up, I bet.
Awesome, love it.
Does anybody else have any questions to fire out there? We're closing up against the clock, so we got time for another one or two.
I don't know if I've gotten any coffee recommendations. I know that was one of my questions at the very beginning. So
I
let me
like
know.
stocking. I like stocking mill coffee. If
Okay.
you haven't tried it, it's a veteran brand, because that's what we do. Either, make
Perfect.
t-shirts, make coffee, or beer. So those guys I like.
I think I saw someone just say, "Don't try Rise." Is that the like mushroom coffee?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I tried chicory root coffee.
Ooh,
Not good.
old school.
Yeah.
Was-
Tried that. It was interesting, but I haven't tried the mushroom. So
No, I think that's probably best to avoid, in my opinion. I have zero desire to experiment with that one.
fair enough. Fair enough. I'm a mix of coffee drinking. I like a good just hot cup of black coffee. And then I can also drive through Starbucks and get the girliest drink that you can think of. So
Yeah, just
If you
black's
want to
fine.
try a very small veteran business, there's a company called Pillars of Valor Coffee. He's an
Okay.
Air Force veteran out of Minnesota, good friend of mine, and he makes absolutely the best coffee on the planet. It's the only stuff that I drink.
Perfect.
Home run. I think we're good. Courtney, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to share?
Final thoughts. I think I've just kind of expressed throughout the conversation. We're so excited to continue to build our partnership with you all. You've asked for my advice, so I'll ask the same of you. As we connect on LinkedIn and you have my email, I'll hopefully I can get these slides to you all if I share this with you, Ernie. I don't know how you all do that, but
Yeah, just have it put up on our Discord.
perfect. I'd love to just hear from you all on, how we can be a better partner and what we can do to make the experience easier and more enjoyable for you. So that's really kind of my final thought. I'm excited to get connected with you all, learn more about your backgrounds, how I can be of service to you, and get you into a role that gets you as excited and engaged as I am. Like I said, I never pictured myself in this industry, and it's something that I truly love. So can't wait to experience that more with you all.
Oh, we got one more. Jonathan, go ahead.
How you doing? So as I'm looking at y'all website, I don't see a lot of IT jobs, considering that y'all guys are an insurance company. But how do you go about the track with that? Like, you want to do like the IT side of it?
Yeah. So IT, we don't have any SkillBridge specific IT roles. But outside of SkillBridge, anything that we would have available and posted would be listed on the career site. So if you keyword search on the career site, any kind of, IT terms, everything that we have available should populate. I wouldn't be shocked if those positions grow a little bit in the coming year, just with, as we talked about AI a little bit earlier, as we continue to foster and adopt those changes. So keep your eyes peeled. I don't recruit for IT, so I don't know about the specific positions that are open, but I work with the recruiter that does. I'll have to pick her brain on that.
Yeah, if they opened up IT stuff for SkillBridge, you get flooded there too.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed that as we've had some more conversations. So that's good insight for us. So like I said, any insider advice is very helpful.
That would be the big one, because
Perfect.
a lot of folks are transferring to that, or have been doing it for years on the government side. So
yeah, I've heard a lot of IT and logistics.
oh yeah, logistics is that's the entire military. We all know something about that to some extent.
Right.
Because yeah, you can't go anywhere without it. But
Right.
hey, Courtney Rosenberg of Sedgwick Insurance, thank you very much for coming out, dropping some wisdom and sharing the jobs. I appreciate it very much. Obviously, you've got some LinkedIn stuff to go through, and hopefully some new applicants coming your way.
Awesome. I've got my LinkedIn open and no calls for the rest of the day. So I'm excited to start going through and making these connections.
Home run. Thanks again, Courtney. Everybody else, I'll remind you.